Let's start here. Do you ever feel like you're just tired? I don't mean the kind of tired where you need a nap or an extra cup of coffee. I'm talking about that deep soul level exhaustion that lives somewhere you can't quite pinpoint. It's not in your muscles or your eyes. It's deeper than that. It's not in your bones, in your spirit, in that quiet place inside where you keep everything you don't say out loud. This kind of tired doesn't have a simple fix. You can sleep for 12 hours and wake up feeling just as heavy. Because it's not about rest. It's about everything you've been carrying. It's the weight of all those unspoken fears. The disappointments you've swallowed. The grief you never had time to process. The stress you've been managing for so long has become background noise. Maybe it's the relationship that didn't work out. Maybe it's the dream you had to put on hold. Maybe it's just the accumulation of 100 small things. The bills, the responsibilities, the expectations, the worry about the future. Whatever it is, you're carrying it. And damn, it's heavy. It's something we don't talk about enough. Most of us are walking around with a backpack full of unprocessed emotions and experiences. Life moves fast, right? Something happens, something hurts, something disappoints us, and we don't have the luxury of stopping to deal with it. We got work tomorrow. We've got people depending on us. We've got bills to pay and responsibilities to handle. So what do? We push down. We stuff it in that backpack and keep moving. And then another thing happens. And another. And another. Before you know it, you're carrying years worth of stuff you never had time to unpack. And that weight is exhausting in a way that's hard to explain to people who haven't felt it. Maybe it's the loss never fully grieved. Maybe it's a childhood wound that still aches. Maybe it's the version of yourself you thought you'd be by now. And the quiet mourning of the gap between expectation and reality. These things don't just disappear because we ignore them. They accumulate. They become that heaviness that no amount of sleep can cure. Now, here's what I want you to really hear. Despite all of this, despite carrying on that weight, here you are. You're still showing up. You're still getting through each day. And that's not nothing. That's actually pretty incredible. Think about it for a second. You woke up today, even though you're tired. You're pushing through, even though it's hard. You're managing responsibilities, maintaining relationships, trying to build something better, all while carrying this invisible weight that most people can't even see. Some days, just getting out of bed is a victory. Some days, just making it to the end of the day without falling apart is an achievement. And I know it may not feel like enough. I know you may look at others who seem to have it all together and wonder why you're struggling. But let me tell you something. Everyone's fighting a battle you can't see. And the fact that you're still in the fight, that counts for something. You don't need to be crushing every day. You don't need to be at your best. Sometimes survival is success. Sometimes just keep going is the bravest thing you can do. Here's permission you may need to hear. You don't need to be okay. Seriously. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to put on a brave face all the time. You don't need to be strong for everyone else while you're grumbling inside. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay to feel heavy. It's okay to admit that you're struggling, that you're tired, that you need help. This toxic positivity culture we live in makes us feel like we always need to be grateful, always need to be thriving, always need to be on our A game. But that's not real life. Real life includes the hard days, the exhausting seasons, the times when you're just barely hanging on. And you know what? There's strength in acknowledging that. There's courage in saying, I'm not okay right now. And that's where I am. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to perform. You just need to keep breathing. Keep putting one foot in front of the other. And trust that this season won't last forever. Now, I want to paint you a picture. Imagine yourself a year from now, maybe 5 years from now. You're looking back at this moment, this heavy, exhausting season you're in right now. You know what you're gonna see. You're gonna see someone who was so much stronger than they realized. You're gonna look back and think, damn, I made it through that. I didn't think I could, but I did. All those days when you felt like you couldn't go on, but you did anyway. All those nights when you cried yourself to sleep, but woke up and faced the next day. All those moments when you wanted to give up, but chose to hold on for just a little longer. That's not weakness. That's incredible strength. It's just hard to see it when you're in the middle of it, when you're exhausted and struggling. You can't always recognize how much courage it takes to keep going. But trust me, future you is gonna look back with so much respect for present you. The struggles you're facing right now, the weight you're carrying, they're shaping you. They're building resilience you didn't know you had. They're teaching you things about yourself you could only learn in the valley. And one day, when you're on the other side of this, you're gonna realize that you were capable of so much more than you ever imagined. So if you're feeling tired right now, if you're carrying weight that feels too heavy, I want you to know this. It's okay to be where you are. You don't need to be further along. You don't need to have it figured out. You just need to keep going. One day at a time. One breath at a time. One step at a time. Some days, that's all you got, and that's enough. Because you're still here. You're still trying. And that matters more than you know. The fact that you haven't given up even when it would be easier to quit. That's the stuff that greatness is made of. You're stronger than you feel right now. And one day, you look back and see it clearly. And that's it for today's episode. I hope it reminded you that you're not alone in this struggle. Keep going, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. If you found this helpful, share it with someone who may need to hear it. And as always, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. Until next time, take care of yourself and remember, you're doing better than you think. Thank you.